Joining the debate tonight, GVL Narasimha Rao, Member of Parliament and spokesperson of the BJP, Rahul Ishwar, activist, Ratan Sharda, author. Also joining me tonight is Lokesh Jindal, political analyst, Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Vivek Srivastav, political analyst, supports the CPI and CPM. First question goes to Lokesh Jindal. Political analyst, supports the Congress party, and Lokesh Jindal, my question to you is just simply, why does every time the Prime Minister visiting any temple becomes such a huge point for the opposition to begin to point fingers? Yesterday, the Prime Minister was in Braj Bhumi or Mathura at the Krishna Janma Bhumi, 525th centenary celebrations of Mirabai, and that was all there is to it. Why does the opposition look at this as an issue of polarization linked to elections?
Good evening, Navika. मुश्किल समय में ही भगवान याद आते हैं. If you look at BJP, presently in the 4 state assembly elections, BJP has not given ticket to a single Muslim candidate. The only poll agenda that BJP is embarking upon is communalization and polarization. And Mandir politics happens to be a convenient political tool to achieve this end. If you look at BJP, it does not have any development policy. It does not have any agenda how to take the country forward, on what basis to bring about social cohesion. It doesn't talk about upliftment of the marginalized, downtrodden. It does not talk about social justice, economic justice. The only political convenience that BJP resorts to is pitching the entire Hindu community against one particular community, and thereby deriving some form of political consensus and winning the elections.
I mean, is it their fault that they want to win elections? Number one. Number two, one man, the Prime Minister, has a right to have or follow his own religion. One man going to a temple, does that create polarization, and does that make him against other religions? And what about the Congress party? 4% reservation for Muslims given in Telangana, 4% reservation in Rajasthan. That is not polarization. That is all right, because you are fine to go to minority appeasement tactics. You are fine to go to temples during elections, whether it is in Gujarat or in Madhya Pradesh. But if the BJP does so, to polarization ho jata hai.
Well, a very good question. But look at the cost that the country has to bear when BJP resorts to these tactics. The society gets radicalized, polarized, and there is a fundamentalism, obscurantism in the society. There are certain people who take law in their own hand. Lawlessness comes in, and violence creeps in.
PFI can take out processions in Rajasthan. That does not affect law and order. But BJP going to temples, or the Prime Minister going to temples, or even talking about temples, creates polarization, creates law and order problems. GVL Narasimha Rao.
Can there be anything more absurd than what has been stated just now? Can there be anything more absurd? What radicalization? During Congress government, UPA 10 years, just preceding this government, as has been in the past, you have seen a series of incidents of terror, radicalization of a community, the minority community, Muslims, was discussed practically every month. You have had bomb blasts in every major city in the country. You have had 26/11. You have had Mumbai train blasts that happened repeatedly. You had blasts in Jaipur, in Hyderabad. Every state that is going to polls today has had gruesome terror attacks during the UPA era. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, tell me what has happened in the last 5 years. We've been in power for 9.5 years. Tell me a couple of such incidents. One incident. What radicalization are you talking about?
What has happened in last
you
5
have
years.
used vote bank politics as a political instrument, and you radicalized the Muslim youth. You were responsible. the communists and the so-called this India alliance actually is an anti-India alliance. You have actually covered up for Lashkar-e-Taiba. You have allowed agencies like Indian Mujahideen to flourish. When Inspector Sharma was killed in encounter in Batla House encounter, your heart beats for terrorists and not for the police personnel. You have never given the confidence to the armed forces to fight the enemy. So you have indulged in all kinds of vote bank politics. You have said the resources of this country are for the minorities and not for the poor of this country. And you say we have no development agenda. Has India become the 5th largest economy in the world without any agenda? Have we been able to reduce poverty to the lowest levels ever? As the World Bank and every other institution says, have we achieved it without any success? Have we not been able to control inflation? Are we not the fastest growing economy in the world? So you have failed on all fronts. We have succeeded on governance front. We are Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas party. And the Supreme Court ruled in favor of construction of a Ram temple. Therefore, the temple today, which is being constructed, is a constitutionally mandated activity. So why do you grudge that? Do you want Babur rule to prevail in India even today? Don't you think the Constitution of India should prevail over the appeasement politics?